What's up, everyone? Welcome to V4 Podcast. And today we are going to do a podcast on a very controversial and a topic of prime importance for India, that is the Uniform Civil Code. And for this, we have a really esteemed guest with us who is a law expert. And I can just go on and say a few pages about the person because he is so experienced in that field. So, without any further delay, let's start the podcast. Hi, Brighton.
Yo, what's up?
How are you?
I'm good, fine, thank you. And you?
I'm also good. So, do you like today's topic of deliberation?
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's interesting.
It's a very interesting topic.
Okay. So, I'm going to ask you my first question.
Yeah.
We can discuss on that. That is, what are the key objectives of implementing a uniform civil code in India? Or what do you understand by this concept in India?
I think the Uniform Civil Code of India, my bad, sorry. It draws back, like, if we talk about starting from the history, it draws back like from before independence. Like during the British rule, there was this rule that was implemented called the divide and rule, or the divide and conquer rule, whereby like they would do it. Obviously, India back in the day, it was two religions too. So there were different parts of the religions, Hindus, Islam, another part. So how they would implement the divide and rule, they were like favor one part of the religious group, and then this will cause like religious tensions between the parts. So that's why like there's been like religious controversies from India to date, because it is just dated back from before independence, before 1947. So now the Constitution of India, after the independence in 1947, the Constitution of India, the constituents implemented the Uniform Civil Code under the key terms of the preamble, which is called sovereignty, justice, and etc. The code was there just to unify and so that they will be able to like make India a uniform state in other states, so that they will make laws in terms of like personal matters in states.
Personal matters. Laws related to
yeah,
personal
exactly.
matters. Okay.
Like marriage, like inheritance, just like they're just trying to get into the personal matters. In other ways, it's just like about religion, because there's so many religions in India, almost like 28 states with different religious groups.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to make India a uniform, but it's currently difficult because of the diversity of India. So there will be like a lot of tensions afterwards.
Exactly. So you mean to say by Uniform Civil Code, the government is trying to unite India on personal matters, because there are no personal laws, uniform laws in India. Every religion has its own personal law.
Yeah. I mean, there's obviously the constitution is there, but the constitution doesn't like really enter into like personal laws of religions, like religious laws and everything like that, because of the diversity, because we get so many religious groups, and how they live personally is because of how their beliefs are in India. So the constitution is there, the law is there, but it doesn't really like matter if people are like having their own personal laws, their beliefs and cultures and everything. So in terms of like marriage and everything like that. So let's take a look, for instance, like how the government is now acting to implement the Uniform Civil Code, which is under Article 44, of the Constitution. They've implemented the Hindu Code, which is under the marriage, which is to govern the marriage ways of religion in India. So like how they're trying to do that is now because of, let's go back, let's just track back a little bit. The government of India is made of like 70% of Hindus. So it's easier for them to govern the Hindu marriage, Hindu code, to implement the Hindu code. It's now difficult for them to implement on other religions, because now the government is made up of Hindus, 70% or 80% is made up of Hindus. So
they
it's easy.
They are not, as far as I know, they are not just imposing Hindu laws on other communities. I mean, even the Hindu laws will be codified. They will be changed.
Indirectly.
Indirectly, okay.
There is, obviously.
Okay. Since you are from law background, I have a doubt. Like, what role can judiciary play here in the implementation of Uniform Civil Code in India, according to you?
obviously the Supreme Court have to like see if the Uniform Civil Code goes. Firstly, the Supreme Court, if any law or any bill is passed to the Parliament, they have to
Okay.
pass it back to the Supreme Court to make a decision if it's that controversial like this one. So the Supreme Court now has to look back at the Constitution, whether the law it goes in line with what the Constitution wants. You know what I mean? So obviously, from what I read, the Supreme Court is in line with it. They accept it. They want it to be a law, but it's controversial.
It's controversial.
It's controversial. It causes like religious tensions, religious wars, and due to diversity in India, it will be really difficult to implement the Uniform Civil Code.
Exactly. You mean the implementation part is difficult?
It's difficult. That's why they're doing it like step by step, like I said about the Hindu Code bill we just passed, because of the fact that the government of India, 94, let me just say, the majority is Hindus. So it's easier for them because they are managing the Hindu nation.
So, how you think Uniform Civil Code might impact religious and cultural diversity in India?
It will cause religious wars, like religious civil wars between the state and the religion, because there will be like controversies where their religions will be complaining, say they are unable to practice their beliefs, because now it's more like a law that is imposed that everyone has to follow, no matter what religion. So in other sense, it's controversial in the sense that, let's take a look at Afghanistan, the Taliban wars. It's the Muslim government that's ruling, and every law that is made is based on religion.
Exactly.
You get what I mean? So it's really difficult because the one part is that the government is made of Hindus. The first step that they have to take place is that they have to implement that, or like implement the ruling government to make it like more diverse. I'm not saying it's not diverse, more diverse in the sense like they will make at least 20, 20, 20, 20 or 30, 30, 30 of different religions, different groups, so that they can discuss these matters, so that they can implement them in a fair way.
Yeah.
Because on the other side, we take a look at why they want to implement it, because like there's gender inequality, because some laws are just like
Unfavorable to women.
Exactly.
Okay. So thank you so much, Brighton. It was a really insightful discussion with you, and we are looking forward to doing more podcasts like this with you.
Actually, thank you for giving me this opportunity to be able to talk to the people about this issue. It's something that people should be open to talk about.
Yeah,
Should be
sure.
open to discuss about it. You know, it's controversial. Sometimes it may impact other religions. Some people may say, "Oh, it's gonna impact my religion. I don't want to talk about this stuff." It's better to leave it like that. You know, but we need to talk about this stuff for the future of our children or
Exactly.
generations.
So we also need to talk, and we also need to continue this relation and keep coming to my channel for more videos like this. Thank you so much.